Hey, welcome to our Market of the Moment update for the week of January 2nd, 2023. Michael Oldham with the Oldham team, Chris Madrid with Caprock Home Loans.
Hey,
What's up, Chris? Happy New Year.
happy New Year. Yeah, man. It's upon us.
Uh,
It is upon us.
cool. We are getting back together. I think our last one was about the week of January 22nd, right before Christmas. So we're jumping back on to start off the year.
December 22nd.
So, anyway, let's get to know, what 2023 might hold for the housing market. We do hear on the news lots of different things. So I just wanted to share some things from the actual experts and what they are saying. Chris mentioned earlier, I had seen that same quote from, I think it was the chief economist for First American. Basically, yeah, I read that same quote. I don't think I have it in my thing here, but let's just look at what the experts are saying about the 2023 forecast, what it might look like. First of all, talking about mortgage rates, and as Chris had talked, they're pretty much going to respond to inflation and how inflation is handled by the Fed. Where mortgage rates will go from here largely depends on what happens with inflation. The chief financial analysis from a bank rate, Greg McBride, says mortgage rates could pull back meaningfully next year if inflation pressures ease. And so, as Chris was talking about earlier, as inflation eases, hopefully we don't get pushed into a recession. We just get a little pressure off of inflation. Mortgage rates will pull back, and then that, of course, will push people into the market. As far as home sales go, the 2023 total home sales forecast, here's your some of your larger institutions that make these predictions: Fannie Mae, the National Institute of Realtors, MBMA, Freddie Mac, all making their predictions. They can't even fully agree. Fannie Mae can't even fully agree on how many homes were sold in 2022. Everybody else agrees that it was 5.8 million homes sold. And so we're basically looking at a little bit of a pullback from 5.8 million sold to 5.1 being sold. So a pullback for sure, but nothing major, earth shattering, going to make the history books. Home price appreciation will vary. So some experts call for slight appreciation, and some, of course, call for slight depreciation on the national level. In short, home price appreciation is going to vary by local market. Here in our DFW market, we feel that our home price appreciation is still probably going to remain anywhere between probably 3 to 5%. But the average is a neutral price appreciation for the country. Basically, you're going to either gain a little bit of equity or lose a little bit of equity depending on your local market. And you have to remember in real estate, everything is local. They say location. That is, your real estate market is boiling down to your zip code, your neighborhood practically. So just a little summary of that is, while the housing market has cooled this year, we've seen that in, the numbers we've looked at. There's still an imbalance between supply and demand. We've seen this. And even though buyer demand has eased because of higher mortgage rates, there's still a deficit of homes for sale due to underbuilding over the past 15 years. Pretty much from our last financial crisis, builders have pulled back because their oversupply was a big cause of that financial housing crisis we had in 07, 08. As Chris and I talk, there's a ton of real estate news out there. You can get it anywhere: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's just going to be a matter if it's your local facts or not, or if it's just clickbait to get you to look at something further. So if you want your real news, reach out to Chris and I. You can reach us 469-369-0873 if you have housing and real estate needs. If you want to talk about financing, those types of things, you'll want to get in touch with Chris. 214-734-1531. Of course, if you start with us, we're going to send you right to Chris Madrid to get started. So you got anything to add today, Mr. Madrid?
No, the only I say no, but then I always have a little nugget. If we're talking a 3 to 5% appreciation, right, this year, if you purchase a $400,000 house and put 10% down, right, 3%, you're going to gain $12,000 in equity. And I don't know, man, I don't know about you. I mean, $12,000 isn't anything to, to turn your nose up at. If you, again, if you're trying to build wealth, right?
Yeah.
And not to mention the other advantages of owning a home, being able to write off your property taxes, being able to write off your mortgage interest. So there's just those major benefits that sometimes we forget, right? We just don't, maybe we don't talk about it enough. Or, obviously educate, our customers enough, but there's still those, those massive benefits from a tax perspective, and then from just a building wealth perspective.
Yeah. And if you're somebody out there that is renting, now is the time to get your things in order, get into a home, because that rent is just going to keep going up. There's no doubt about it. Your mortgage, you can at least set it for 30 years for the most part. So, all right. Well, we're going to get off of here. Great seeing everybody. Great seeing you at the beginning of the year, Mr. Madrid.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Well, we'll see you guys the next week.
Next week.